What's up, YouTube? Stack44 coming in with another video. 5 things that make a woman a liability. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my new subscribers, all my regular subscribers, and if you're new on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button in the corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell as well, and you get all my videos sent straight to your phone or your device as soon as I put one up on YouTube. But let's get right into this video. 5 things that make a woman a liability. Yeah, I say a liability. At the end of the day, a man gonna look at a woman as an asset or a liability. Either you're gonna be an asset to his program or a liability to his life. And that's just the way a real man thinks. You know, a lot of times, I always tell you guys, men are the gatekeepers of marriage, women are the gatekeepers of sex. Now, I had a homegirl hit me up talking about, I feel like you'd be a little bit hard on the women, but at the end of the day, my message is to help the women understand what men want and, be a voice to speak about what we need to become better, better men as well, and what we need to look for by dealing with certain type of women, because there's 5%ers out there and there's 95%ers out there. And I want my guys to deal with 5% woman, not the 95% woman. And, if the message is a little bit harsh, and sometimes I would just like to say the truth hurts, and sometimes, and when you hear the truth, you need to work on the truth. That's all I got to say about that. But, I came up with this list of liability because I feel like a lot of times we don't think about what's a liability and what's an asset as men sometimes, and we need to understand that we need to, before we get into something, we need to know what a liability is when you're dealing with a woman. So here's my list, starting off with number 1, and we're going to work up the number 1 to 5. Social media. A woman's social media page tell you pretty much everything you want to know about a woman. If she's very reserved, that's a good thing. If she's about business, it's a good thing. But if she's trashy, slutty, and always posting something for attention, you need to run, bro. That's just what it is, because a lot of times when women have these social media pages, it leads to fans only. It leads to a lot of things that makes a woman, over sexualizing herself. And at the end of the day, a man don't want something that everybody else had or seen. And at the end of the day, it's just a bad look. So that's my first liability, is a over sexualized social media page. Number 2, student loan debt. Now, at the end of the day, a lot of times relationships end off of finances. But if you dealing with a woman and she comes in with this high student loan debt, that's going to be a liability. You might be dating her for 2 or 3 months before you find out her real financial status, and you see that she's carrying all this student loan debt. Women are more spenders than men. Then you like, damn, you gonna have all this debt, and then at the same time, that's going to be more pressure on me to provide. A lot of times, that's a liability. A man don't want to pull on, get a woman pregnant, say you sit down for 2-3 months, and then he got to pay your student loan, stuff like that. That's really a deal breaker if a woman don't, have her student loan down to the point that is reasonable. If it's over crazy, then it's not even worth, the juice is not worth the squeeze, and that's just my number 2. All right, number 3, single friends. What they say, the ones that run together, flock together, anywhere it goes. Sometimes a woman that have a lot of single friends, you go to their social media pages, you see all this crazy stuff they may do, or they want to run out and do all these hot girl summer trips, stuff like that. Sometimes that makes a liability, because at the end of the day, when a woman commits herself in a relationship, she should deal with people that's only in relationships as well, because that takes away the girl trips. That take away a lot of that. A lot of times women say they want a man, but then when they realize what they got to give up to keep a man, they probably don't want to do it in the first place. But at the end of the day, sometimes a lot of single friends and doing a lot of single stuff when you're trying to be in a relationship will hurt your relationship. So that could be a liability in the long run as well. All right, number 4, kids and baby daddies. A lot of times when women have kids, it's always not a bad thing, but her kids can be a deal breaker for her because of behavior. Plus, you probably can't discipline them. Then if you do discipline them, then you got to deal with the baby daddy. all those issues, or the baby daddy might not even be there, so you got to step in and be daddy. And then at the end of the day, you got to be second place to her kids, because she's always going to put her kids first. And this is just real talk. A lot of times women don't want to hear the truth of it, but it really is. A lot of times women ain't going to want a boyfriend or a stepdad to come in and discipline the kids. So it's always going to be that disconnect in the relationship. No matter how good it is, it's always going to be a disconnect of what the in-laws on the other side think, or what, you know, the kids' family think if they're involved. Like, why are you going to let this man discipline my, you know, my niece or my nephew or whatever? And, you know, he got a daddy and all that. A man got to deal with all that shit. Sometimes it's not even worth the squeeze, and sometimes it make a woman he realize that woman is a liability along with the package deal with her child. And that's just the truth. So that's my number 4. Number 5, daddy issues. If a woman don't respect her daddy, how's she gonna respect you? And if a woman don't, you know, got issues uncovered with her father, how's she gonna listen to you and follow you as a leader? So a lot of times when women have daddy issues, it becomes a liability, because it's not gonna, you know, a woman is supposed to, you know, be the neck, and the man is supposed to be the head. If she can't follow her father, how she's gonna follow the heavenly Father and follow you? She's gonna have to put the, you know, she's gonna have to go back and get therapy and get help on that she might have a bad relationship with her father, and, you know, maybe, you know, mental help with this. Because if she's not ready to date, if she got daddy issues, she's not ready to date, because at the end of the day, as soon as you mess up, you fall in the same category as her daddy and every other man that may wronged her, or you know, might even just gave her just some honest advice, some honest truth. A lot of women with daddy issues can't handle honest truth, because they didn't get the honesty from their fathers. So how the hell they gonna get it from a man? But that was my 5. To go over the list one more time. Number 1 was the social media girl. Number 2 was a lot of student loan debt. Number 3 was the single friends, the girls trips, and all that crap needs to stop if you're gonna be with a man. Number 4 was kids and baby daddy drama. And number 5 was the daddy issues. You know, all these are liabilities. Not to sit there and just, you know, this is just awareness to let you know what you dealing with when you dating, you know, people in this world, women. You know, eventually I'll have a man list come out, was a liability for a man. But most of the time, you know, at the end of the day, like I say, men are the gatekeepers of marriage, women are the gatekeepers of sex. And if marriage wants to happen, woman has to be less than a liability to let it happen. So like I said before, guys, I want you guys to stack attack your life. I want you to stack up your life. I want you to understand that at the end of the day, don't be a liability for nobody, because you could be a liability as a woman and definitely as a man as well. But just be somebody's peace to their pillow, like my girl China White say, and I'll holler at you guys on the next video. Peace.